Today we are going to talk about different ways social media can pay your bills. I quit my job in 2023 and went all in into social media as a full-time content creator slash UGC creator. I just want to share my thoughts, experience, and opinions on different ways I have made money through social media and kind of diversified my income. So let's just get into it. I really want to put in a lot of my own personal experience into some of these different ways social media can pay your bills because I just think that's a lot more authentic. But I will be mentioning other ways that I have not really tried as well, just so that we can get in a lot of different kinds of ways and give you different ideas. You can do most of these simultaneously or really just like focus on one. For example, if you really just want to focus on UGC or brand deals as an influencer, like by all means, you can make that your primary source of income, or you can diversify yourself and build up a few different income streams. As I'll mention in this video, that's definitely kind of what I did. So I built up around at least 3 or 4, I would say. And I think that also just helps keep your lifestyle and days and weeks very diversified and different. You're not only doing the exact same thing every single day, like making content, because when I was creating UGC content full time, I know that some days I really didn't want to be on camera. So having like another kind of job or gig to do like social media management was nice because I could have my computer days, and then on other days I could have my filming content days. The first way that social media can pay your bills is through content creation, and this one is kind of the most obvious one. So you can either do the influencer or UGC route. There are different things. UGC is something that you can start making money on more quickly, I would say, than influencing, because influencing you do need to build up an account, a following, an audience to actually attract brands, and then you're not really able to charge a sufficient amount until you really do have that kind of following. It can take a little bit of time. It's definitely for the long run. Like, I would say a couple of months to even years to actually start making some money off of an influencer page. Unless you really do just kind of blow up, then you could really do it in a shorter period of time. But for most people and for myself, it definitely took me a couple months at least before I ever did a paid brand deal through my influencer Instagram account. So for the last couple of years, one income stream that I have is my Instagram account, where I just post content and it's a personal brand. I have also done the UGC route, which I was creating content full-time UGC style for about 2 years. And I talk a lot about UGC on my channel. If you want to learn more about that, you can take a look at some of my other videos, but it is definitely an amazing way to make money through social media. I will say, doing both the influencer and UGC thing at the same time, it does feel like you're filming content all of the time. So now that I've taken a step back from a lot of like the UGC stuff, it is nice to just focus on the influencer side and not feel like I'm making content literally all day. But if there's a good UGC opportunity out there, I will still take it to this day. Like, I haven't quit doing it, but I'm just not doing it full time at the moment. I'm also 8 months pregnant, so that's probably why. And if you are making UGC content, UGC retainers are really awesome to have. So there are opportunities that you are in where you're under contract to give a certain amount of videos per week or per month. And so it builds a really great level of consistency in your income. And by the way, you can do any of these also part-time or full-time. It all just depends on where you are in your journey. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about doing the influencer thing and the UGC route. The third way to make money off of social media is affiliate marketing. And I'm not going to talk too much about this one because I have never really been that successful in affiliate marketing. I feel like there is a lot of strategy behind this kind of marketing approach, either by having a very niched down audience, a large audience, or whether you are consistently posting on an Instagram account and driving traffic to your affiliate links, aka you're always making content directed towards those links, or you have a very established Pinterest account that drives traffic to a certain website or brand and you get affiliate income that way. Affiliate income takes a lot of strategy and time, and you have to be very consistent with your brand. I have made some money in affiliate marketing income. This was a little while ago when I had a blog that was still live, and I made like $30 a month in Amazon affiliate income. And that was because I had one blog post that I guess kind of blew up through a Pinterest pin. And that one pin was driving a ton of traffic to this one blog post that had a bunch of Amazon links. I was making a little bit of money there, but then in the end, I actually closed my blog. That was probably the most I have ever made in affiliate income, and it was mostly once again through Amazon. I have never had a ton of success with it. It might be one of those things where getting like a coach or a consultant might actually benefit you if you really want to be serious about affiliate marketing, because there's once again a lot of strategy and consistency in it, and it's definitely for the long run. But it is one way you can make money through social media, and if you can actually get it right, you can make a lot of money. And not to mention, it is partly passive. You are doing a lot of work like in the beginning and throughout, but people are passively buying your products, so you can make money while you sleep. The next two ways you can make money through social media to pay your bills, I have tried and tested, and to this day, I still do a bit of both. So the first one is social media management. So I have been on and off working with a social media agency for the past 2 years, and I'll do anything from scheduling posts to go out, helping with calendar content creation, and just other general admin. Sometimes I have hopped on meetings before to help with clients. Social media management really varies from agency to agency and from client to client because they all have different needs. Like some create their own content, others don't. But it has been a great kind of like part-time thing that I have on the side, and it's a good opportunity to make a little bit of extra income. It's also a great way to stay on top of like trends because a lot of the clients will expect that of you and come to you for advice and opinions, especially if you're creating their content calendars. I think we're on number 5. The next way that social media can pay your bills is actually through community management, and this one is similar to social media management. They could even go kind of hand in hand or under the same bucket, but I'm just separating the two because community management, you're managing more of the feed. So you're actively engaging on posts, you're responding to comments that people make on your posts, you're managing DMs. And if you're managing or working on a client who has a large social media presence, this can be like a full-time job almost. And there are a lot of teams who work at marketing agencies where this is literally their full-time job. So they're just actively responding to DMs, comments, posting in the feed. I think we've all seen ourselves, like when we're scrolling on social media, you'll see a lot of brand accounts making comments under content creators and influencer posts. And that's basically the role of a community manager. And honestly, being a community manager can be a lot of fun. You get to be creative with comments, and sometimes you get to be a little witty, but that is basically the role in just very briefly of what a community manager does. So I have done both SMM and CMing, and they're both just 2 ways that you can make some extra income. Okay, so these next 2 are freelancer services you could offer to marketing or social media agencies, and they do require a little bit of experience. So the first one is video editing. I personally have offered video editing services. I didn't even have to really apply. They just saw my portfolio, my UGC portfolio, and my Instagram account, and they basically just liked my editing style and gave me some editing work to do. I will say I am not the biggest fan of being a video editor. It is time consuming, and I much prefer the content creation side of things, but I have done video editing in the past and have been paid for it. The next service that you can offer, I believe this is number 7, is creative strategy. And this one, brands or companies or agencies will require more experience for this one. So it's not really something you can do without, but it's creative strategy. And that's helping to put your input behind paid creative ad campaigns, basically just helping the brand visualize and conceptualize like ads or what video creative should look like, should be, who they should target, where they should run these ads, and that whole thing. They'll usually want you to have experience there because you are working with a budget, you're working with somebody's money. So they want to see proof that you have run a campaign before, a paid campaign. I personally have not really offered creative strategy services, but I have been approached. I'm really not sure why, but in the past, when I was offered a creative strategy role, I wasn't ready to take it. And looking back, that could have been a cool experience because they're not, in my opinion, the most easy to get unless an opportunity just kind of like comes to you. Later on, when I've actually applied for some of these roles, I never got them because I didn't have proof of past campaign experiences. So yeah, that was video editing and creative strategist. The next two kind of go under the influencer umbrella because I think it's important to kind of have more of a following with these two. And I'll explain just why in a second. So the first one is ad revenue. So to make ad revenue income, you need to get views on your account. And so that's, that's closely related to having an actual audience and a following of some sort. Otherwise, you don't get paid. So of course, a simple one is YouTube AdSense. This channel is not monetized. Hopefully it will be one day. So hopefully we can make some income through YouTube AdSense. But another one is the TikTok creativity program, which I believe is only open to the United States and maybe a few other countries. I'm Canadian, so I'm not even eligible to get paid through ad revenue through TikTok, which is very unfortunate for Canadian creators. If you're not from the United States, you'll always find other ways to make money through social media anyway. But so ad revenue is one and subscriptions are another one. So once again, I just think like, sure, you can make money through subscriptions by having a small following or a small account, but I feel like the mid to larger creators, like you're really going to see a lot of income come in unless you're really skilled and know what you're doing, know how to sell as a small account. But if you don't, then you might not be seeing a lot of money come in through subscriptions. Once again, unless you're a larger, like reputable creator. We could always talk about selling products. This could be digital products or physical products, but I'm not really going to go into that in this video just because there are so many different things about selling products, but physical products are a great way to make money through social media if they're tied to like a social media account. But we won't really kind of go into that because there is just so much behind selling both digital and physical products. This video would just run long. The very last way you can make money through social media to pay your rent or bills is through workshops or public speaking. And I know this one is not for everyone. I don't even think it's really for me, but I've seen a lot of other girls kind of do it in the past. I've been invited to some workshops and to some like speaking events. And yes, they do make money through it through like selling tickets. There's a lot of incentives to go, like, you're going to learn some valuable information when you go. You could meet some people. You can take your own content at the event, and most often you'll be left with a little goodie bag to leave with. But yes, these public speakers or people who create these workshops do most often get paid for it. Some of them actually, can do it just for recognition and awareness. And, they're not doing it to get rich, but they're doing it to just like grow their own personal brand. But it is an amazing way to grow on social media, to meet new people. And yeah, if you have the skills to public speak, or, you're more on the extroverted side and all about like the community part, that is a really awesome way that you can make money on social media. So there you kind of have it. Those are 9 or 10 different ways you can use social media to pay your bills. Some of them are level entry. Some require a little bit more experience or a certain skill set, but they're all things that you could get started and do yourself and kind of just jump into. Like, you don't need a university degree or special qualifications to do any of them. You just need kind of a little bit of determination and consistency, you can do it. Like I said, I quit my job in 2023 and just started making content full time, and I've been able to do a bunch of these different income streams myself, and I continue to do them to this day. It's a lot of fun, they're creative, and if you do more than just one, it adds a lot of diversity. If you're doing a little bit of social media management and then a little bit of content creation other days of the week, it's nice because you're not doing the same thing all the time, and that's what I really enjoyed. That's what I never liked at my office job, is just doing the exact same thing. I hope this video gave you some insight, gave you some motivation to try to make some money in social media this year. It's 100% possible, and I believe in you. So if you liked this video, I would love if you could support the channel, like, comment, and join my community by subscribing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments and what you want to see in a future video, and I will see you there. Bye. So good.